This is the Takla Air Jack, and I'm going to show you how to use it and also how to buy it. It's not a simple matter of just walking into a store and ordering an air jack and putting it in your vehicle, because the trouble is that when you do that, perhaps you'll be in the bush and you'll get the vehicle stuck, and then suddenly it won't work because of the process you didn't go through. The Takla Jack is unique in many respects. It comes with donuts fitting different sizes of exhaust. There are 3 sizes: large, medium and small. You need to take your vehicle and make sure that you've got the right donut. I'll show you how the donuts are individually adjustable later. This particular item is a stopper. Now the stopper is needed if you have a double exhaust system, because if you block the one, the other one of course will need blocking for the jack to work. The other thing that it comes with is a puncture repair kit, a number of different sizes, and the glue, if you want to call it glue, to make a repair. This is a very robust jack, very easy to use and very safe. It comes in a bag, optional bag, and I'm going to demonstrate how to use it now. Normally, jacking will take place on the side of the vehicle. That's actually what this is designed for. So I'm going to just demonstrate it lifting the side of the vehicle. The whole point of lifting is to get the wheels off the ground, because they are trapped in mud or sand, so that you can then pack sand, mud or even a traction aid underneath the wheels and get going again. So first thing you do, you look underneath the vehicle for anything that could possibly puncture the jack. This is very tough, okay, but this less so. So look under for a smooth surface. Here I've got a chassis rail. I'm putting it right in the middle of the chassis rail. I won't know if it's right until there is pressure against the jack. The next thing to do is to get the pipe up the exhaust. Now the chances are the first time you do it, it's not going to fit, because it can be adjusted and needs to be adjusted. When ordering your jack, take a ruler or a vernier caliper, measure the inside diameter of your exhaust pipe, and when you order it, give them that measurement and they'll give you the right donut. Right, let's see now if this fits. It probably won't. Much too small. So now I turn this, and you want it snug but not too tight. Okay, that's good. That's now snug. Now I can now do a further adjustment. I hold this, I grab that and I rotate. And what it's actually doing is expanding the donut inside the exhaust. Right, that is very, very tight. Right, now is where things get a little bit interesting. I've set my jack in the right position. I'm confident that no spike is going to damage it, and I'm ready to start the engine. Now, a little bit of advice. Let it run for 30 seconds. Sometimes there's water in the exhaust system from condensation. You don't want that water into the bag. So let it run 30 seconds. Now we begin jacking. That is a safety valve, this one here, in case of overinflation. It protects everybody around the jack should it be overinflated. But this is the control valve, and I make sure that the pin is out. Now this time I check for things. I make sure the bag is going straight up. I double check underneath to make sure that there's nothing that is going to damage the bag. Likewise, carry on checking. And that is the beauty of the system. I can control it as I pump it very safely. I'm not happy with this because the bag is skew. And that's the beauty of this system. I can make an adjustment. Looks better. Try that. Now that's much better now. It's straight, and the way I tell it's straight is that the top mat is roughly on top of the bottom mat. It's slightly skew, but in a real life recovery situation, never going to be perfectly straight. Right. The amazing thing about a high lift jack is, an air jack as opposed to a high lift jack, is that the vehicle is stable. It's not going to fall anywhere. If I had to do this with a high lift jack, the vehicle would be teetering. It would be very dangerous to get underneath it, even close to the wheels, to dig in material to get yourself free. The beauty of the Takla jack also is that if you have a problem with your exhaust, you can use this valve here to pump it up with an ordinary tire pump. Now in this situation, look how high the wheels are above the ground. Now if this was in very, very soft ground, the wheels wouldn't be this high. The wheels would likely be a few inches above the ground because the vehicle has sunk in. With an air jack, you do not need a jacking plate. The surface area is so wide, in the thickest sand, the thickest mud, it will not sink in at all. So now you pack underneath the wheels what you're going to use to get more grip and to get more clearance, and now you let down the jack. Okay, I can release it in one step by pushing that in all the way so it clicks, or I can do it gradually. And now if I want to let it down in one go, I click that in. And there it is. I'll now pack this away, back into its bag. And what does it weigh? Again, another advantage over a high lift jack. That is, I don't know, a quarter of the weight of a high lift, an eighth of the weight. It's light by comparison. Now in this situation it was controlled, flat ground, not a difficult situation. There was no sliding around. In a real life situation there is sliding around, so it's more fiddly than this. You've got to work a little bit harder, but a jack is incredibly effective at getting the wheels off the ground so you can get out of a difficult situation. What I'm going to show you now is this was a bit of a stretch. I wanted to ask the question, could a jack like this really replace a high lift? Because generally high lifts are better used front and back of vehicles, where once you've jacked up, the vehicle is very unstable. How well would a air jack work in that situation? I think you might be surprised with the results.